Hi there, it's Rob. I was busy with video number 6, you'll see, so I'm now labeled it part 1, and I bailed on it when I got to the point of checking to see if I had ever done training videos and plugins. Now, I knew I had. To be honest, I'm not an organized human being, and so yesterday I basically went off and redid a whole set of videos. I don't know how many it turned out to be. Yeah, no, I don't even care to look it up. It's quite a few. In fact, I can probably tell. Give me a second. I think the folder's still open here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, see, they're labeled. So it's about 10 of them. So I did 10 videos on physically setting up your site. In other words, configuring the WordPress, adding a theme, adding plugins and explaining plugins and all of that. And up to the point where you then need to start doing your keyword research and installing that, which I'll put here in the navigation planning, right? And that's basically it. So I still need to finish off what we were saying. So the other settings and things are covered in that training. In fact, if you go to the site, there will be a page now that will be called Configuring WordPress Training, and you can then watch all of what you needed to know about setting up your site at that point, okay? And obviously any future training will be below in the blog there of that page. Okay, so setting up your site for the other settings I've pretty much covered in those videos, right? So now after this we're going to do other site setting up things, which I'm going to do in other videos, but let's just run through this. So you would have done your keyword and your niche training. You would know it. You would have installed not Wix or Shopify. You would have installed WordPress as per this last little bit here that I've just made those videos for. And you would add your silo construction pages, silo building keywords into it. I'm going to cover it in these numbers down here. Okay, and after that you kind of start to do content, okay? So before you start to do content, you need to go and set up your social media and work it. Now, I haven't made those videos yet. I will be getting to it probably tomorrow or shortly anyway. And the reason why is, and for example, I don't even have it done for this fibromyalgia site yet. Remember, I'm going to be paying for advertising. I'm going to be running it with affiliates, so I'm going to have some people promoting it for me and all of that. So I'm not too worried right now about setting it up as per how it should be set up. And yet, can you hear this? That's a post-it note that tells me to go and set up my IFTTT, because I'm starting to add pages and posts every single day now to the website. And now, fair enough, pages that are training, that's exclusive to you guys, I can't share socially because they're going to get there and it's going to say, sorry. It might be worth testing, but it's a bit dangerous because Google doesn't like to index stuff that's blocked in a membership plugin. Anyway, my point is that if I do have a Facebook page for fibromyalgia. I've changed some details on LinkedIn to point to that. I don't yet have a Pinterest, I don't think. I don't have an Instagram. I do have a YouTube. I've got to do my Google Docs, Google stacking. So basically from here, you will find 2 more complete video series, and one will be how to set up your social media and the other will be Google stacking. Okay, down the line you will get SEO training, so which will include on-page SEO. Let me see if it actually is called that. I've just got it as SEO training, but it'll be included in there. And monetization would be subject to what your choice of niche was. I was watching a video yesterday from a guy who's pretty successful. He's on $20,000 a month and he's been doing it for 3 years. And his comment was monetization is the least you have to worry about, and he's right. You have to worry about getting it set up correctly, which is here what I'm showing you. In other words, the foundations, meaning good plugins, good theme, good keyword research. Thereafter, it's a case of constantly building pages that are readable and interesting, adding video and infographic type images and things as you go along that keep it interesting and readable. And most importantly, getting backlinks to your website. Now, while you're doing all of that, every time you publish a page, it's going to run through your social media setup system. So you need to share it. And that gets you sort of soft links. But anyway, once all of that's up and running, it's just a matter of time before your rankings climb higher and higher. So you've done on-page linking, internal linking up to your from pages to pages within your silo structure. I'll explain it all to you on that here when it says silo pages. But every time you do that, every time you share this and it goes to your IFTTT system and you're putting it onto your Google Docs and you're putting it on a YouTube video, and it literally just keeps reinforcing it. And by the way, preferably regularly. Now, I get that you are that you sometimes got other issues going on. Some of you are still running a full-time job and trying to do this part-time. Most of you have probably got fibromyalgia or a similar issue, and so I fully understand that sometimes there's a big hole. This site of mine has been my priority this year, and 2-3 times I've taken a month off already. So even though it's September, there's probably been at least 3 months that I've been gone completely from the site. So, at that rate, it's not great. In fact, I kind of only started February. So, when you start to look at it like that, it's like, wow. And to be honest, February and March, I was probably still working on client stuff, even April, until I got to Canada. So, can you see? Life gets in the way. But if you've got this pre-set up, once you've done all of this donkey work, and it's lots of boring, and it's a pain because you've got to go to all the trouble of learning how to set up, for example, your Instagram profile correctly. And thereafter, in a way, you don't ever have to kind of be an Instagram expert again. It's there just as a tool to keep adding content that links and shares up to your authority site. Having said that, if you've done your social media correctly, at some point, it will be getting good stuff. In fact, let me show you something here. This is a complete you can go, by the way, if you don't want to just listen to me talking absolute rubbish. I am a huge fan of a person called Pot Pie Girl, Jennifer Ledbetter. She's been in the business 13 years, so I was 12 years, 11 years or something. I don't know how long I've been in now, 11 years, I think. 11 years. So she was 2 years ahead of me when I arrived online, which means to say that she had just got to the point where she had her first course. I think it was called Pot Pie Girl, a course. And it was a course for a place called Squidoo, if I remember correctly. Anyway, her stuff was excellent and very well put out from a training point of view. Anyway, I don't want to bring all my emails over, sorry. In fact, I shouldn't have my emails on. I don't ever learn my lesson. I really don't ever learn my lesson. Give me a second. I want to just show you what she's just paste Rob, what she just wrote to us in an email. And it's so true. Okay, so she disappeared. In fact, in this last week or so, I'm thinking, hey, is she okay, And here we go. Today's email, nope, I'm not dead, LOL. She's had a very busy, wonderful summer. She visited friends and family. She took a few vacations. How cool is that? And lots of golf. She's always been a very, very big golf playing fan. Although she hasn't mentioned playing golf for a while. It was something 2 or 3, 4 years ago she was often talking about. And so now it's fall in Atlanta. It's fall here too, so fair enough. It's also still very hot here, yay. Here we go. This is the line I want to show you. She says, to be totally honest, after 13 years of doing this and after a few really stressful years, I was pretty burnt out and knew I had to allow myself some downtime from stress. And yeah, she's my age. I get the no younger thing. She was screaming to stop, slow down, and she did. Now what's this? She wanted to test. I wanted to really put something to the test. And that was her passive income. Will she keep making money while she's taken 6 months off? And you know what it says here? Guess how my results were outstanding. I totally believe it. Because she has got huge stuff, especially Pinterest. So here we go. What's really nuts is my Pinterest accounts did very well. She came and fiddled with it still by the looks of it. Yeah, she's probably a work addict. In fact, I want to reach out to her and bring her in here onto this course for training, simply because she's so brilliant. And I'm a bit nervous right now that she might be bailing out and not producing or keeping courses and stuff up to date. But anyway, so I just wanted to show you that, to tell you that when you've got the system, the structure set up, and you've now gone past 100 pages, and all those pages have been fed through your social media, you've got backlinks, your silo structures are working, and you're starting to rank, and your money's starting to come in. It can be 6 months, it can be a year, it can be a year and a half, depends how hard you're working. But at whatever point it is, once you've got to that level, you can stop pushing that hard. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but it's the initial push start of the car. So it kind of, if you have to push start a car by yourself, you kind of push it and run and then jump in the car and go grrr, and it doesn't work. So you get back out and you get behind it and you push it, and then you run next to it and you hold the door open, you nearly run yourself over, and you get back in and it goes grrr. At some point, it'll go brrr, and off you go. And the off you go is when you hit a point where you're starting to rank all over the place. And at that stage, you can cut down to a page a week, and literally keep your income flowing forever, like a retirement level. Okay, I'm just talking rubbish now, part 2 of this. I could have finished it up if I hadn't have bumped that thing off last night, or yesterday in the day. I'm going to now go on to your keyword and navigation planning for all of this, and we'll talk again after that. Cool. Okay, cheers.